Hello world, I'm Chris Pirillo, and you're watching another edition of the LockerGnome Daily Report, or TLDR for short, your daily dose of geek news, product views, and answers that you can use, like an answer to the question, why didn't Chris say live? Because this video was not really recorded live onto YouTube. YouTube Live was having some issues. So I'm recording it in an offline capacity, only to put it online, and that is how you are watching it. Thanks in large part to the 924 Super Nomies as of today. Without their support, I wouldn't be able to do what I do, including putting, 97 exclusive videos online for people to watch. Now, I know that if I put them online and put them out there for everybody, you might enjoy them, but here's the thing. There's something that's kind of magical about that. Some value to give to people who've taken the extra step of saying, Chris, you know what? You're worth more than a cup of coffee once a month. And I like that. I appreciate that. So I want to be able to give them a little more than I give everybody, which is a lot. I give you a lot of my time, and I'm always happy. Always happy to talk. Always happy to share my opinions with you, the world. I hope you're having a good day. Hope you're having a good week. Better day than mine. Better week than mine. Because when YouTube Live doesn't work, Chris is sad. Hope you're happy now, and if not, you should be happy because I'm here. The thing I wanted to tell you before anything else, and this just came to us the other day, deals.lockergnome.com. We've got a design and code bundle. You can learn iOS design and Xcode at 66% off. That includes an ebook, 31 videos, 24 Xcode project files to help you approach app building. If you want to build apps, I'm giving you a starting point. If you want, you could go and learn on YouTube. There are plenty of people teaching other people how to code, like Jerry, Barnacules Nerdgasm. He's doing what is it, Codegasm? That's what we're just calling it. You know, he's doing a great job. But, you know, it's not exactly comprehensive. It may not be what you need or what you want. Here, we've got an ability for you to learn Xcode and design with iOS at the same time. Boom, at a discount. So, you know, save yourself some time. Because, you know, the sooner you get an app out there, the sooner you can become the next gazillionaire. Which I don't want to really take the wind out of your sails, but, you know, becoming an app gazillionaire these days is probably not going to happen, because there are a lot of developers out there. But the thing is the world's always going to need a developer. So you can master these skills and potentially be a coder for hire. You could get hired by different entities out there who need your skills, or you could, you know, continue to work on your own if that's something that you value. Either way, just trying to help. That's all. Another thing that we're trying to help with is getting you another Citrix product of your choice free for 6 months. This is a pretty big deal, in my estimation, at least, because managing your company's IT support needs can be challenging, especially when you have remote or mobile employees, or if your business is predicated on the model of helping people by way of tech support. It's why I highly recommend Citrix GoToAssist, the #1 global market leader in remote support. This easy-to-use, cloud-based remote support solution allows you and your IT team to solve problems faster. And if you sign up for GoToAssist before October 10th, right now it's October 8th, 2 more days, you'll get another Citrix product of your choice free for 6 months. GoToAssist remote support lets you provide an live and unattended remote support to any computer or mobile device. Screen share to diagnose and fix problems faster and more effectively, and use GoToAssist apps to easily deliver support anytime, anywhere. If you work in IT, I want you to try GoToAssist. If you deal with tech support on a daily basis, regular basis, weekly, monthly, if you do anything with helping fix people's software problems, I want you to try GoToAssist. Sign up for GoToAssist today and get another Citrix tool free for 6 months. Visit GoToAssist.com and get started, but do not wait. The special offer ends October 10th. Visit GoToAssist.com and sign up to receive this special offer today. And I hope you will. Now, let's say you're not someone who wants to be a developer. Let's say you're not someone who deals with tech support or IT stuff. Let's say you're someone who's interested in Apple products. That's fine. Last night we did a live hangout where I put this screen protector on my iPhone 6 live in real. That was live. I used this camera, just pointed it down, did it here, and ended up saving that stream. It's in this channel if you want to watch it, and I think it's worth watching. Not really. You can watch it if you want. I can't believe I'm saying the video's not worth watching, but it's just me hanging out, talking with people, and putting this screen protector on like 3 or 4 times. It's really That's what it boils down to. 3 or 4 times to get this just about right, and I still didn't get it right. It's slightly off. But my screen is more protected than it would be otherwise. The thing about your smartphone screen that many people don't realize, they're worried about a big crack. And I understand. I'd be worried about it too. I've cracked my smartphone screens plenty of times. In fact, you remember when I dropped that adapter on my Nexus 4? That was deadly. That was sad times. So with this screen protector, what it'll do is actually keep the screen from getting damaged to the point where it could get cracked. So you may not think about this, but every scratch and scuff and mark, any kind of marring of your smartphone or tablet screen could be the thing that leads to a crack. It basically weakens that pane of glass. It just like, oh, it doesn't look like I just scratched my keys. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. Well, it basically violates the integrity of the glass. Now, you may not be able to perceive that scratch, but when the glass cannot be what it was when it shipped to you, hopefully not cracked, hopefully not scuffed, I'd imagine, then it could potentially be cracked. It just takes the right kind of drop or the right kind of bump to produce a crack. But that's largely because the glass as a whole was fractured in a very small way, or scratched or scuffed in a very small way, imperceivable to your eye, but this could happen on any smartphone or tablet screen at this point. There has not yet been produced an unshatterable screen. It hasn't happened yet, to my knowledge. But technology marches on, and hopefully our smartphone screens get smarter than Chris Pirillo's mouth. I'll be sure to put a link for you in the video description as to the screen protector I decided to put on my iPhone. Trusted brand, and if you use my link, I get the affiliate code. Doesn't cost you any more money. You know, you help the community, whether you're one of the super nomies or not. It's a good thing all around. The next thing to talk about is we are 3 exclusive videos away from 100 exclusive videos for the patrons. Did I already say that? Sorry, I did the live broadcast twice before I realized it wasn't working. So if I repeated myself, I apologize. Let me move on, though. It's been way too long. This is what Apple said. It's been way too long. Apple has sent out invites for Thursday, October 16th, for an iPad and Mac event. At this event, which will likely be happening live, hopefully with a different live stream provider than we had for the iWatch and iPhone launch, or announcement, but iPhone 6, that is. The Apple had problems with the live stream. Like me. Of course, I'm just one guy, and I'm working through YouTube. But this event, I'd imagine, will be streamed live. They would likely be covering next iPads, maybe some Mac revisions, possibly Mac Mini revision, possibly Apple TV revision. Anybody's guess, really. But more than anything, I would expect to hear either that day, Apple launching Yosemite, the next version of OS X, or within a week's time after October 16th, we would likely be seeing the new version of OS X. And I know this because they're already seeding the second Golden Master build of Yosemite, so it's pretty much reaching the final beta stages. I would expect to be using it real soon, certainly before month's end. Very much looking forward to that, and if a new iMac is announced, I may, depending on what's in it, it may be a value enough for me to upgrade my 6-year-old Mac Pro to an iMac here, if I can figure out how to hide the Apple logo. I know you're thinking, well, Chris, you like Apple products. Why do you want to hide the logo? Because I just don't want it staring at everybody the whole time that you're watching the things that I do here. That's weird. But then again, so am I. And I'm happy to be weird. Speaking of weird, but kind of cool, I was playing around with the various projects here. I love this thing. It's the Little Bits Deluxe Kit that they sent me, and I'm very happy about that. The Little Bits Deluxe Kit with all these various components. And by the way, as I've pointed out every other day this week, you can get $20 off your very first purchase at littlebits.com with the code LockerGnome. It's easy to do. And with these components, you can create just about anything that your imagination could come up with, so long as there's a component to match. And I put together a project yesterday, and I was playing around with another project today. It's really easy. It's super, super simple. And there you go, saving you more money. little bits right there. So what this will do when I turn on the components is I've got this is a sound like receptor, so like a microphone of sorts, and I can bump up the sensitivity of it or bump it down. Can you bump it down? Turn it down, bump it up. As they're just magnets holding it together. There we go. Okay. So and come on, you don't have a lot of space there, but they do work. Look at that. See? The magnets hold that way. It's just that when you have a 9-volt battery powering it on the other end, it can be a little heavy, a little bottom heavy there. Not their problem. That was my issue. I'm holding it wrong. Flip the switch, turn on the power, and in this microphone, when I've got the sensitivity toggled the right way, will also adjust this LED up here. So I can adjust the sensitivity of the microphone and also adjust the brightness of the LED at the top. So why would I do something like this? I don't know. Maybe it would be like a sound alarm. Like if the dogs start barking, you know, or if a sound happens in the room, then this light illuminates and I'd be able to see it. Just like that, as I had one hand on the 9-volt battery and the other hand on this part of the components. Anyway, it's a lot of fun. I'm having fun with these little projects. I wish electronics kits back in the day were as fun, as easy, and it really is unlocky imaginative. Can I say that? As Little Bits has been, if only because, you know, we are limited by our imagination. I've said that with technology these days. But getting people interested in technology can be somewhat of a challenge, especially if they're not someone who happens to be inclined to be attracted to these types of experiences. Easy. Anybody could do it, kid or adult. I'm having, trust me, as much fun as I would if I was a kid, because I feel like a kid. A study finds that Siri causes a high level of unsafe. Can I try this again? High level of unsafe driver distractions compared to other voice systems. So Siri, hey Siri. No, my iPhone's not plugged in. It's not going to respond. But Siri apparently causes a higher level of unsafe driver distractions as opposed to safe driver distractions. I don't know. Don't know what a safe driver distraction would be. But compared to other voice systems, I would like to believe, just on my experience with Siri, and the study could, you know, dive a little deeper. It's from AAA, certainly an institution that is very, very familiar with travel and transit and safety. So, but certainly more than I, apart from driving in a car. I would imagine it's because Siri is kind of buggy. I have so many issues with Siri. It's just buggy. I've had okay experiences with Siri and frustrating experiences with Siri. I've had so many frustrating experiences with Siri that I kind of stopped using it. I know it's there and it's built in, but every once in a while when I need to use it, it's kind of like, I wonder if this will work with Siri, but it's never for anything useful. I just don't use Siri. So I believe the reason that Siri is not taking off, well, I mean, in this sense, compared to other voice systems, it's because it's just not just unstable. It's just, it doesn't work that well in comparison. So competition's good. Nice to have Cortana. Nice to have Google doing its thing as well. I would hope to see continued improvements with Siri to the point where it is no longer the highest level or some of the higher levels of driver distractions compared to other voice systems. Software is a big deal. And if you have software installed that you don't want to have installed, Google might be able to help you, at least if you're running Windows. They've got the software removal tool in beta for Google. You just go to google.com/Chrome/SRT. It's a software removal tool specifically for those of you who are using Windows, and many people are. And I'm not passing judgment at all. I'm just saying that if you're running into an issue with your browser, it could have software installed that you didn't realize was installed. Run this tool, this free tool from Google, and that may fix the problem. Another product view on my desk. My wife apparently placed some hand and baby wipes on the desk. Disposable baby wipes. This is for when Jedi's in the room and something nasty happens. Let's go ahead and place those down there in my cleaning drawer. And I also have my Kindle Fire, the HD6. I'm sorry, they're not calling it a Kindle anymore. It's going to take me a while to get over that. I did finally use it. I got my account set up and everything, or one of my accounts. And I'm going to give you my take on this particular product tomorrow. Not going to do it today, but suffice to say, I used it. And it is a tablet that you can buy. That's all I'm going to say. And that may be very telling as to the review that is forthcoming. Just, some really more than just a review, just initial impressions, a gut check in relation to trying this new Fire product and remembering what it was like to use other Amazon products in the past. At this point in the broadcast, I am going to go back here. This particular presentation will be updated in a few days. These are some of the higher pledging patrons who are really, like I said, making it just insanely possible to take the time that when YouTube Live's not working, to be able to record this offline and take the time to push it out to you. The next thing, as this is going in the background, that I will cover comes by way of one of our super nomies, Earle Greene. He estimates, or not him, estimates vary. I gotta learn how to read today. Estimates vary, but analysts say a significant majority of ads in mobile apps simply promote other apps. I don't mind that at all. Some people are really turned off by mobile ads. I guess certainly sometimes they can get in the way, but I always appreciate when I see an advertisement that helps. And there have been times when I've, seen an ad on mobile or desktop that I'm like, oh, okay, I need a product like that. Too many times I've seen ads that are saying, hey, download the thing that you already have. I already have it. You're wasting my time. You're wasting your time. But there's no way for the ad to necessarily pick up that I had the app installed. And I'm fine with that, the whole privacy thing. So with estimates varying, analysts suggesting that ads are for apps. Does that bother you? I like a good app recommendation. In fact, let me go ahead. I'm jumping around the headlines that I have put up here to talk about today. But one of the apps that was released by Microsoft today, free app, Windows Phone, Android, and iOS should be released within the next day or so. Xim, X-I-M. Head over to getzim.com, X-I-M. And this is an app that will allow you, as someone who has the app installed, to share what photos or videos you see on your screen with people around you, possibly. They don't even need to have the app installed. It's cross-platform. It's free. It's from Microsoft. Pretty neat. Solving a problem of, instead of huddling around a small screen to, oh yeah, look at this photo I took. You can just bounce it to them. Zim it. Zimma. It's a big deal that Microsoft is doing this because I'm not going to say it's not Microsoft-y. It's just, Microsoft is doing its best to change our perception of Microsoft, releasing new apps, not just being available on Windows or Windows platforms. They also updated the OneDrive app recently. It supports Touch ID on iOS systems that have Touch ID. And that is really, I think, very telling as to where Satya is taking Microsoft as a company. It doesn't really matter which device you use. If Microsoft's all about software, well, they just want you to use the software. It's kind of like Google. If Google's all about services, well, they just want you to use the services. It's the reason why Google's going to always approach the marketplace differently than Apple. Apple wants you to use their services, but they want you to buy their hardware. See, it's a big difference between these companies if you think about it. And I realize a lot of people just don't want to think about it. They just want to assume that one company has to be like every other company. And it just doesn't work that way. Diversity is a good thing. Another bit of software news. HTC Zoe, or Zoe. Is it Zoe or Zoe? I should have watched the presentation this morning. I just didn't have time. There's only so much time we have in the day, so thank you for spending your time with me. Zoe, Zoe. Well, I want to call it Zoe because it's like zoetrope. It was never zoetrope. It was zoetrope. So Zoa. It's in beta now for Android devices that are not owned by HTC. iOS will be available later this year, so HTC is going to have iOS software available. Cool and smart. Why is that smart? Think about that. If it's a great app, and you've got an iPhone, or maybe someone you know has an iPhone. Oh, I really love the HTC Zoe app. Oh, this is awesome. I wonder if it would work better on an HTC device. Win. Big win. Huge marketing opportunity. So very, very wise for HTC to do that. I don't think they're going to sell any fewer devices for doing something like that, even in the Android ecosystem. But even on iOS, obviously HTC doesn't compete with iOS directly. Indirectly, it does, and I think it was a very, very, Very wise move. Bandai Namco has announced the Star Wars Battle Pod arcade game. I've had 3 of you tag me on this, and I was one of the first people to see the video that was published by one of the Star Wars fanatics. It's like an arcade machine that you step into, and then you're playing a Star Wars video game, but it's like you're flying an X-Wing into the Death Star trench, or you're flying a speeder bike, or you're flying a snow speeder around Hoth and the AT-ATs. And the graphics, because it was like someone was recording what was already being displayed on a screen, and I couldn't tell the graphics quality. I can only assume super high quality, but this would get me to go to an arcade, unless it was like $1 a play. Then it'd be like, it's an expensive learning curve. But there are these, it's going to be called Battle Pod. Yes, the Star Wars Battle Pod arcade game. If anything, I'd say, let's hear, how much would it cost to just buy one outright? Probably as much as I would spend in the arcade. Think about that. When you were a kid, if arcade machines were around back then, how much money did you spend on Pac-Man or Donkey Kong or any one of them? Could you have purchased that arcade machine outright? You probably could have. A lot of people spent a lot of money dropping a lot of quarters in those video arcade machines. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Next, let's see here, checking the time. A couple more things that I also want to cover here. Disney. This was suggested in marketing materials that were out, I think, earlier this year, later last year, in terms of what Disney was going to be doing. But there's a Disney ad, an Italian Disney ad, that was published to YouTube that has revealed their plans to reissue the 6 existing Star Wars films digitally in the Disney Movies app, which I know is available on a variety of platforms, certainly iOS, tied into your iTunes account. So, now, how soon is it coming? How soon will I be able to buy a full digital copy of every Star Wars film? I'll do it. I will absolutely do it. I'm waiting, because then I could watch Star Wars anytime, anywhere, unless I want to watch the screensaver kick in. Not watching Star Wars right now. But this leaked in Disney's own materials. So there you go. An ad that I watched and didn't understand because I don't speak a lick of Italian, despite having Italian blood coursing through my veins. I'm American through and through. So there we go. Reissuing the 6 existing Star Wars films. My question is, will they be the special editions? The last known editions of Star Wars? Will they be classic Star Wars? Will there be a classic Star Wars and a special edition Star Wars separately? It's going to cost me more money, but that's okay, because I earn gift cards by way of go.tagjag.com/free apps and go.tagjag.com/free points. So I'll just exchange some of those points for iTunes gift cards or Google Play gift cards, and I'm good. It's really that easy. So you don't really, I keep telling people, I'm like, you're worried about spending this, that, and in fact, what is free point? I'm sorry, go.tagjag.com/free points, also known as feature points. Those are my referral links. They have PayPal gift cards. So if you were looking for a way to be a patron, you're like, I don't want to spend my money. Well, you can earn it, and it doesn't really cost you anything, and you could earn something for yourself and give me credit for the referral in the process. Win, win, win. How's that a losing scenario? It isn't, in my estimation. A patch could be coming for the BadUSB malware on USB 3 devices. This is a good thing to hear and a good thing to see. I was a little worried about it, as I shared with you earlier this week, being very careful about trusting USB devices from this point forward until it is addressed. The BadUSB code could be placed by people who believe where there's a will, there's a way. I just got to be careful anymore. The world is not safe. And you have to assume that anymore. Just assume that something you're doing or something that you're using is not safe outright. Even when they talk to you up and down and swear up and down, oh, it's secure, 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 secure. Don't believe them. Don't believe them. Don't. Just don't. Don't assume that it's security through obscurity. Don't assume that because you feel secure, you are. It's probably a false sense of security. But it's good to know that that code is coming to the surface that could potentially help USB device manufacturers stop something like this from happening, potentially. Although, for them to truly do something like that fully, they would probably have to sign their firmware code. Whether they will or not, I couldn't tell you. But Wired's got a great article discussing what this code is and what's being done to address it so that consumers, average people, wouldn't have to ever worry about something like that. West, W-E-S-T, is a mentorship program for women in tech. Facebook, Pinterest, and Box have created this to help keep females engaged in just I would say a nearly seemingly insurmountable odds. It's like the odds are stacked against them, and I don't understand why. Without women, the technology we would have today wouldn't exist. Contributions to technology have absolutely been made by women at substantially deep levels. But for one reason or another, culturally, they've been sidelined. Well, Facebook, Pinterest, and Box are trying to do something about that with West, this mentorship program specifically for women in tech, keeping them engaged and on the path. Because honestly, a better balance to this world it's great for all of us. Honestly, this world would suck if it was just all men. This world would suck if it was just all women. We need a balance between the two because we fundamentally, biologically, we're engineered differently. That's how we perpetuate the species. That's a good thing. Balance. It's like the Force. You were the chosen one. I wasn't the chosen one. I've never been a chosen one. Next on my list of things to talk about, I'm going to skip over one thing because I was going to dive deeper into it and may do that tomorrow. It's not a topic that is timely for today. A couple of other geeky things. Lego has announced that it is going to be doing Jurassic World set. This is a new film that's going to be released next year, kind of a continuation of the Jurassic Park franchise. I guess a reimagining, or not exact. I wouldn't call it a reboot, but a new movie with dinosaurs in the Jurassic World. That's what it's called. Lego's going to be producing sets. Nice. Very happy about that. Wasn't ever really a fan of dinosaur stuff. Like, some people really geeked out over dinosaurs. I never got into that. Never really did. The monsters weren't really my thing. Everyone's got something different. But dinosaurs, not mine. But I know a lot of people are, happy about that. I'm thrilled that Lego's got the licensing for it. Makes sense. So be looking forward to, if you're an adult fan of Lego, like I am, Jurassic World sets coming out next year. Then, in other movie news, the long-rumored Ghostbusters third movie is finally happening. This is a reboot, and it's being done with women as the Ghostbusters. I'm very much looking forward to that. I am. I mean, it's just like, we'll see. I'll give it a shake. In my mind, I guess, I did grow up with the Ghostbusters that I've known, that many people have known, and I think women could bring the same level of not just humor, but engagement that just makes you believe in the characters. So I'm very much looking forward to that. I'll be watching. How could you be disappointed? It's a third Ghostbusters movie, and quite honestly, here's the thing: I'm glad. I really am, because they could have gone another route. They could have gone with 3 different actors, male actors, as the same characters, and we would all gone, it wasn't the same. They could have done it with Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd and the rest of the crew, but of course Harold Ramis had passed on, and Ernie Hudson too. Sorry, not to leave out one of the Ghostbusters there. But it wouldn't have been the same because Harold Ramis was gone. Egon Spengler, that was the character he played. So, to me, it could remain faithful to that fantasy world and give us a chance to fall in love with the Ghostbusters, not just in the same way, in a different way, and appreciate them as much as we may have appreciated the first, or one of the first, or both of them, Ghostbusters movies, if you didn't get into the Ghostbusters cartoon, and I didn't. And I love the Ghostbusters Lego set, too. I put that together. That was a video, I think, in this channel. So, there you go. It is official. Ghostbusters 3 is coming out. Now, they're saying it's going to be a reboot, so it's not a continuation of the story, and I think I think that's okay. I really do. Because when you do a reboot, you release yourself from the shackles of what came before you, and that's good. I think it's good. You will not hear a complaint from me until I see it, and if I have a complaint, I will be happy to share my complaints with you. Hello, my name is Chris Pirillo. I love sharing complaints, but I do more than just that. I've got a few other stories here that I'll save for tomorrow. The rest of the links will be in this video's description for you to watch. I'm going to go ahead and wind down. This is not being streamed live, as I said at the beginning of the broadcast. Not that it matters for some of you who weren't able to catch it live. But I'm going to record the second video. I do a Q&A with you and me once a day. Those are the part of the exclusive video series that are happening. Although I'm a little stymied as to what that topic's going to be right now, because I was rejiggering everything on this end to make the recording work. But a video will be recorded. And then tomorrow, more videos will be recorded. And then the next day, more videos will be recorded. I do like, let's see here, at least 10 videos a week in this channel. And then a daily vlog in the other channel. That's a lot of video. Hopefully you appreciate it. And then now the podcast, it's being rebooted. Hopefully you subscribe to that in your favorite podcasting client. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. Chris, you didn't do this live. Why didn't you edit it? Because I hate editing. Hate with a capital H8. Hate video editing. Not a fan. But I am a fan of you. I really am. Hopefully you liked this video enough to like it, share it, subscribe, tell everybody you know, tell nobody you know, keep it to yourself. It's up to you. I hope you're happy. I really genuinely do. And if you're not happy, let me be the first to tell you today, potentially, that I love you, I appreciate you, and I believe in you. At this point, I'm going to leave you to your own devices.